Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna call this meeting to order at 6:47.
Wait,
Alright, what'd you get?
what's the date?
The 18th, September 18th? Yeah. So we're gonna start off with, what's up, Ms. Sullivan?
Good morning. Just to give you a little background, first of all, we have a representative from the Red Cross here will be speaking. Mr. Fauché, is that right? Is here, he's gonna be doing a little, take it.
Hey, now we're just gonna real quick hear from a speaker from, Red Cross.
Hi, I think I have your seat.
Oh, that's alright.
No, he's fine.
So my name's Christine Aletta, and actually I graduated from Torrington High School way back in the day in 1982. I swam here, and as I was saying to the young man that escorted me here, there was no girls swim team, so I swam on the men's swim team here with Mr. Porch. But so I'm here today because you have your high school blood drive, which is going to be on October 22nd from 8 in the morning to 12:45. And I'm assuming that most of you guys are going to do the recruiting of getting your fellow classmates to try to donate blood. Does anyone know why it's important for us to get people to donate blood? What the importance of getting blood donations is?
Transfusions.
Well, not only transfusions, that's a good answer, but in the state of Connecticut, we cannot meet the demand of the hospitals, what they need for blood. Based on the needs, we need, quite a bit of blood units every day in the state, and we can't meet those needs because it's only by generous donors that step forward to donate blood. And one accident victim can take like 10 pints of blood. So I did bring you some, why is blood donation important, the importance of it, and, it goes over a little bit about the universal donors and who the universal recipients are. And then I also brought some information maybe you can share with the office for some high school blood drive announcements, so the day of the blood drive. But then there's also some tips in here about how you can recruit your classmates to get them to donate blood. So first and foremost, people have to be 17 years old to be able to donate blood. It can't be, I'm gonna be 17 next month or in a couple months. They have to be 17 years old. We need them to either have some type of ID, picture ID, that they can do that. And the important thing that you wanna tell your classmates if they're gonna donate blood is they need to be well hydrated. That's what makes for a very good donation. The donation will go much quicker because, as you know, if you're hydrated, your blood is pumping a lot smoother. If you're dehydrated, you're not gonna be able to do a very good donation. Does anyone have any questions about blood donation or how it goes? Has everyone seen a blood drive, been to a blood drive? Yes? So you know that they go in, they just check in, they give their time that they have their appointment, we look at their ID, then they read a book, and basically in the book it just says where have you traveled to in the last year. We are governed by the CDC, and right now the Center of Disease Control is, we are very careful with the Caribbean area because of malaria. It's a malaria risk region. So we just check to see where people have traveled to in the last month. Once people are good that they, feel okay that day, we take them into a little health history screening, we take their temperature, we check their iron that day to make sure that it's safe for that person to donate blood that day. And then actually the donation happens, which again, if people are hydrated, so you want people to be hydrated a couple days before. Donating that day and drinking water, the water's just gonna sit in their stomach. So you want people to be well hydrated a couple days before, eat iron-rich foods, and they have their donation, and then they go over to the little canteen section where we have some food and juice and water that they can have, and then they're all done. And the average person has about 10 pints of blood, and we take 1 pint. And then that 1 pint will go back to Farmington, and they'll break it down into 3 different components. So 1 pint of someone's blood can actually save up to 3 lives. So as you guys are recruiting people to donate blood and they say, oh, I'm afraid of needles, the worst part of the donation is actually when they get their finger pricked. And another way that you can sell someone to try to book an appointment to donate blood is tell them to think about that 5-year-old that's in the hospital that's getting transfused 3 or 4 times a day and how many needles they're getting. Does anybody have any questions? No, this was an easy group.
Well, we've
Quite
run so many, most of these guys have been involved with the blood
Okay.
test before and with promoting and running it.
Oh, good.
So,
Great.
it's just good information, but they're pretty familiar, and we
Great.
never really have problems getting appointments.
Great. So I did bring a couple of these if you wanna pass them out,
Yeah,
make
absolutely.
copies of them.
Yeah.
Here's for the PA. And then these are the eligibility questions, so sometimes people will say, well, I have allergies, or I have X, Y, and Z, and I take this, so that might be a good standard form.
Or I lived in England for 4 months and now they won't let me go.
Well, with the England thing, it's because of the mad cow. Right. That's another announcement thing. Here's appointment cards for you, and then these are really important. So the one thing to keep in mind when you're recruiting donors is, especially with girls, if they're under 5 feet, they have to weigh a certain amount. So you can't have someone that's like 4'7" and weigh 99 pounds. You have to weigh at least 110 pounds to be able to safely donate blood. So that's in there. Here's your appointment cards. And these are your flyers
Thank you very much.
and arrows. Oh, and this is about student athletes and for parents too. All right,
Thank you,
I'm
Ms.
good.
Sala.
Thank you very much. Bye, everybody. Have a splendid day. No, I can figure out how to get out of
Okay.
it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
See
coming
you
in.
that day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Is there any, we need 2 volunteers to like lead the blood drive, is anyone? Right now? Yeah.
Okay,
You got that?
that's good. A senior and a junior, so we can, pass on the torch as it were. Since you're leading, Adam, you can pass out the, business, letters, explain what they need to do with the business.
Oh, okay, so each person, you have to go to, a different business and ask them if they wanna make a donation. You really just like give them that letter, because like it's official that way. And they're more willing to donate. Most places will, and like if you go somewhere and you don't get a donation just that day, like you have to bring something, so like if someone says no, then just bring a plate of cookies or something, but most places say yes anyway. So we'll send around a sign-up sheet, so we don't all end up like going to Price Chopper. So we'll send around a sign-up sheet, so sign up to what business you'll be going to.
Does everybody understand why the food is important? Why?
It punishes you so you don't pass out.
Yeah, who was that passed out last year?
Olivia,
That's right.
yeah.
Like on somebody's shoulder too.
Yeah, she just like slumped over and like it was just so unexpected. But,
Yeah, which Olivia was that? It was,
yeah.
yeah, if you guys would just start, businesses for blood drive and pass that around and.
I
Put
was
down.
gonna do that too.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so next we have, Emily Whaley
Yep.
here. She works with, Representative Larson, so she's wants to find out what concerns, THS has, and what elected reps wanna know, so if you wanna talk more about that.
Yeah, basically the Congressional Youth Congress is a bunch of, I think it's usually about 2 people from each school in the district who get together to meet in the Hartford each month and just discuss youth issues, like what people in our schools or what our friends and peers are concerned with and how we might be able to solve those problems. So, I kind of came to Miss Sullivan to try and, I don't know, I wanted to get a better idea of what other people here might be concerned about because I wanted to, I don't know, spread the idea that they would be able to, you know, have problems, bring it to someone and actually get something changed. So, yeah.
So, any concerns from the group? We'll have this open to discussion, so.
What are the problems like pertaining to? Like just anything or?
Yeah, like anything you feel is a youth issue, like, I don't know, like bullying or that's, yeah, the stereotypical one. But, like any type of concerns you think, like college, like trying to raise money for college or anything you feel that would affect you that's a issue today.
Educational policy, since we might be dealing with that right now.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with you.
What's that test that we have to take?
Oh, the SBAC test?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Would you like to articulate that a little bit better?
We should not take that test.
Would you like to articulate that a little bit better, Adam?
Why? Why should we take it?
That's a waste of time. We have SATs in junior year, then we're also gonna be taking another test. Why not just leave the caps?
Perfect.
Okay, also, in like response, like, I, like, took that test last year, and, like, it was, like, I don't know if, like, they're, like, redesigning it, but a lot of it that was on it was stuff that most juniors wouldn't have learned yet, but, like, I was in, like, a different math class, so, like, it was easier, but, like, for kids that weren't in the same level of math, that's, like, not the same math you're taking, so it's, like, it's a harder test, which really wasn't fair to, like, most of the kids taking it, so, I mean, redesigning that, but I'm sure they're probably redoing it anyway, based on our results.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Not necessarily say that.
It's got everyone's results everywhere.
Yeah, any other?
Any other thoughts on standardized testing?
Well, just on that one, it took away from our class time, so.
Kids weren't taking it
Well,
seriously,
it was
so
hard
it was
for me
really a waste.
because
It wasn't like that.
like
What?
Valid.
Just saying.
Corey, you get the door.
Um,
Anything else? Athletics, you know, economy.
For athletics, it's becoming to the point where like a lot of the teams are getting cut. Where like now we don't have freshman teams for some of the programs like soccer and basketball, and it's hard to get anyone to come out when there's not a team where everyone gets to play for the first year and get like accustomed to what our athletics
school,
is
yeah.
about. Excuse me.
Could better expand that,
Yeah.
if I can.
No, go ahead.
How many of you feel that having a strong athletics program in a school is beneficial to the school overall?
Yeah.
And could somebody
Absolutely.
continue to articulate why they think that's true?
If everyone, say we have good sports teams, then everyone will want to show up to all the games, root on their team, and school pride just like is a lot higher than it would be if every team just like lost every game. So if you have like a good balanced and like, I don't know, experienced athletics program, that'd help a lot.
I think it also brings like the community together because everyone's working with each other for one single purpose, and it's to not necessarily just win, but reach a certain expectation together. There's certain standards that I know from playing on the soccer team that we uphold for everyone on the team, and I don't know, it just creates a good community feel, a family. I don't know.
What would you say to the argument that our focus should be education and that's where the money should be spent and not on extracurricular activities?
Well, if kids aren't proud being in the school, so then it's really, it's counterproductive to the whole school process. Because it's obviously about education first, but athletics, like the 4 A's, and is it just Torrington High School, or is it like every?
That was a Torrington High School thing, it was
Yeah.
a Dr. Metello thing.
Well, Ms. Creed can kind of still use that.
Yeah, no, we're still using it, but that's where it came from.
I mean, athletics is one of those things, so I mean, if it's one of the main bases, like one of the main cores of the school, then it's not a waste.
Emily, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, it's also a more productive way for students to spend their time after school. So if they have get out of school and they have all this energy and they want to blow it off somewhere, sports is a good way because it's not getting them into trouble. Plus with sports, you have to keep your grade up to be on the team. So
Exactly.
Going off of that, with keeping up your grades and everything, it makes a more rounded individual. They have to multitask, juggle, manage their time, and keep up their grades all while trying to make the team, and it just makes them a better rounded person.
Yeah. Any other topics? Emily, did you have any direct questions?
I don't know, after the athletics discussion, we'll the programs are getting cut mostly, I'm assuming, on the economics of the school, you know, like the money-based issues of the school.
Right.
So, I get that athletics should be one of the places that you guys feel we should spend it. I don't know, any other places or areas of the school that you think we should improve upon, or like focus our money on, like,
Textbooks.
I agree with that.
You just got new calc textbooks. It's your new calc lady.
And don't just rebind them, actually buy new textbooks.
Out of date. I know where he's coming from. Like,
Well, yeah, like one of the history books, like, oh, upcoming president Richard Nixon. Like, no, that isn't valid. So that's not one I feel out of date. Yeah.
Thank you, Adam. Anybody else? Okay, why don't we continue, because we're running out of time.
Okay.
Thank you, Emily.
Oh, yeah, okay, so I didn't like the classes, right? I said fast forward, so freshmen.
Freshmen haven't, we are going to do freshman elections next week, and then you guys are all gonna have to shift, you're not gonna have good seats, so get your own.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, how are we all gonna fit in here?
See?
We did it last year.
Did we?
Yeah.
I saw the ground all the time,
We really
right?
fit
Yeah,
in.
sophomores.
Well, we're selling our shirts right now, and I think we have like maybe over 20 sold, but we still have like a week to go, so,
Advertise more?
yeah.
Talk to Mia, get her, just say something on Mia.
We do
We
have
already
her
did.
say,
Oh, okay.
they mess it up every single day.
Well, that's just how they do it.
Well, I don't know, just have her say it in the beginning, cause by the middle I'm normally not paying
That
attention
equals
anymore.
it.
Hey, does anybody see me or Ethan first period?
No.
You do?
Yeah.
See me.
Oh, I see Ethan.
Okay, who do you see?
Mia, but I see her actually first period, not today.
Oh,
No.
I get you. We'll talk.
Oh, never mind, I only see him first period.
Okay, good.
Alright, I'll find him somehow.
Okay.
Alright,
No.
I'll file it.
I'll tell you
Okay,
later.
anything else, you guys thinking of anything else?
Well, we wanna do triathlon event for, T-Fest again, but do we have to like get that approved and stuff?
Yes, alright, but that's easy, we'll do that.
It's like the Dorito bag.
It's really good.
Okay, juniors.
Selling shirts. We have no one for first lunch.
Oh,
At all.
Does
oh, we
anyone
can,
wanna?
we are selling the sophomore shirt, so if you want, we can just like,
Yeah, you guys like.
we can do it during first lunch.
Uh,
Yeah.
Just, obviously be careful with putting money and putting it in the
Yeah.
same bag and stuff.
I was talking yesterday and these two students were saying how they wanted to buy a shirt and no one was in first lunch and they offered, it was Sabrina and Wilson.
I think we let the student council know.
yeah, yeah, why don't, since the sophomores are offering, they're going to be there anyway.
Yeah.
People were coming up to them yesterday saying, thinking they were.
Yeah, we didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I let them know.
I'd rather let them.
Well, yeah, maybe Sarah, Tang, during first lunch.
Anything else?
And then T-Fest, we had like,
Yeah, we're kind of like working on getting stuff, like having a fundraiser at T-Fest where we sell merchandise and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
It's coming along nicely, just in case anyone's wondering.
Big deal.
Thanks.
Anything else?
oh, I don't know when you wanna talk about senior privileges. I have like a permission note about like the first 3, 7th grade.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, you know, this is- Anything else? Right, seniors.
We finished selling our shirts and they're gonna come in like 2 weeks. And we're working on homecoming, which is gonna be hard, but that's pretty much it.
Okay, yeah.
How much money do we make?
Hmm?
How much money do we make?
Close to $2,000.
Oh, do we have a treasurer's report?
No.
Does anyone have, I mean, no one ever did anything.
We haven't really, because we've been so
Yeah.
in limbo, we haven't really gone into that stuff.
Right.
We'll approach it at the next meeting so that the classes have some time to get together.